They chose you knowing the chaos it would bring. Now every heartbeat they take feels like a silent punishment for loving you. Your person hides their pain well, but their soul screams every night for the peace they lost the day they chose you. They never imagined love could cost so much. Yet here they are, paying the price with sleepless nights and trembling hands. They replay your face in their mind, wondering if the love they sacrificed everything for will ever stop hurting this much. Their love for you is a war they fight alone, against the world, their family, and their own aching conscience. They thought choosing you would bring them freedom, but instead it caged their soul in an endless battle between love and regret. They're not angry at you, they're angry at the universe for making something so beautiful come with such unbearable pain. When they chose you, they didn't just pick love, they picked loneliness, judgment, and a lifetime of silent tears. Their world calls it a mistake, but their heart still whispers your name like a prayer that never dies. They would do it again, choose you, even if it meant bleeding through every night for the rest of their life. Your person smiles during the day, but at night, they fall apart remembering everything they lost to have you. They've become an expert at pretending they're fine, while their soul quietly crumbles under the weight of love's cause. The pain they carry isn't from you, it's from the sacrifices they made to be near you. They chose love over comfort, truth over approval, and now they suffer in silence because the world doesn't understand. Every time they look at you, they're reminded of both their greatest victory and their deepest wound. You didn't ask them to suffer, but love never asks for permission before it changes someone completely. They're haunted by what they gave up: friends, family, peace. Yet one glance from you makes it all feel worth it. Some nights, they wish they could go back, but then they remember your touch, and they know they never truly could. They tell themselves they're strong, but the truth is, love has broken them in ways no one will ever see. Their pain isn't just heartbreak, it's the weight of choosing love in a world that punishes it. They're living proof that love can be both a miracle and a curse wrapped in the same heartbeat. Even when they smile, there's a sadness behind their eyes, a reminder of everything love demanded from them. They're not weak for feeling this way. They're just human, and love made them bleed beautifully. Their nights are long, filled with what-ifs and memories of the person they used to be before loving you. They keep loving you in silence, hoping the universe will one day stop making them pay for it. When they chose you, they knew it wouldn't be easy, but they didn't know it would hurt this much. You are their peace and their storm, the reason they smile and the reason they cry. They've learned to live with the ache because losing you would have hurt even more. Their love story isn't tragic. It's divine chaos dressed as destiny. They would rather burn for you than live comfortably in a world where you don't exist. Some people call it madness. They call it loyalty, the kind that doesn't fade even through pain. They lost so much to be with you, but what hurts the most is realizing they might lose themselves too. Every choice has a price. Theirs was peace, traded for a love too deep to explain. They're exhausted, but still, every night, they pray your name as if it might save them from their own sorrow. The pain isn't punishment, it's proof that love this powerful was never meant to be easy. They know you were worth it, but they can't help wondering why love came dressed as heartbreak. When they said, "I choose you," they didn't know it meant walking barefoot through fire. They can't tell anyone how much they're suffering, because no one would understand how love could hurt this much. They hold your memory like a fragile flame, terrified it will die, but too burned to let it go. They're not crying because they regret you. They're crying because love demands a price only the brave can pay. Every day, they pretend to be strong, but inside, they're still bleeding from the wounds of choosing love. They didn't know love could destroy and heal in the same breath until you. The world sees them as foolish, but you see them as brave, and that's enough to keep them holding on. They've lost sleep, friends, and sanity, but they haven't lost the fire that burns for you. They chose the storm over safety because your name sounded like home. They've paid with tears, silence, and broken dreams, all for a love they refuse to give up on. They don't need the world's approval. They just need your touch to remind them why they endured it all. They carry their pain quietly, like a sacred promise only their heart remembers. They never thought love could make them feel so alive and yet so empty at the same time. Every night, they stare at the ceiling, replaying the moment they chose you, wondering if destiny is cruel or divine. They're exhausted from pretending everything's fine, while their heart quietly falls apart behind every smile. The love they carry for you feels like both salvation and slow destruction. They never asked for easy, they asked for real, and real love has made them bleed beautifully. They can't escape the feeling that they traded their peace for a love story written in fire. You live inside them like a song that never ends, haunting, beautiful, and painfully unforgettable. They're learning that sometimes love doesn't destroy you instantly. It erodes you slowly, piece by piece. Every message left unsent, every tear they hide, all of it is a love letter written in silence. They look strong, but every time your name comes up, Their voice trembles with unspoken ache. They've built walls around their heart, but somehow your memory keeps finding the cracks. When they said they'd die for love, they didn't realize love would make them live like this, half alive, half broken. They've learned that the hardest part of love isn't losing someone, it's staying when it hurts to breathe. Every sacrifice they made for you feels worth it until the loneliness creeps in after dark. They hold on, not because it's easy, but because something in them still believes you were destiny. They're paying for love with their peace, and still they whisper, "I'd do it again." They carry your name like a secret prayer that both heals and destroys them. Every time they close their eyes, they see the life they left behind and the love they'd still choose. They've mastered the art of silent suffering just to protect what little piece of you they still have. You'll never know how many nights they spent convincing themselves they made the right choice. They thought choosing you meant happiness, but it meant learning how to smile through heartbreak. Love has made them stronger, but it's also left scars no one will ever see. They'd rather drown in your chaos than breathe peacefully in someone else's calm. The pain they feel isn't punishment. It's proof that what they feel for you is real. They never expected that love could be both a blessing and a burden they'd carry forever. Some nights they want to let go, but then your memory whispers, "Stay." They're not broken. They're just love's masterpiece, carved from the ache of choosing you. They're learning that love doesn't always reward you. Sometimes it just asks you to endure. They can't undo what's been done. Their soul has already merged with yours. Every time they try to move on, the universe finds a way to bring your name back into their world. They'd give anything for one day without the ache. But then they'd miss the part of you that lives in the pain. The price of loving you isn't regret. It's the quiet suffering that never truly ends. They don't need an apology. They just wish love had hurt a little less. They've become addicted to the very pain that reminds them of you. They're not searching for someone else. They're still searching for the version of themselves that existed before you. Even when they laugh, their soul aches for the love that costs them everything. They whisper your name like it's both a curse and a comfort. Their world may not understand, but their heart knows. Love this deep was worth the chaos. They've tried to forget, but the universe keeps writing your name across their sky. They wonder if you feel the same. This unbearable beauty mixed with sorrow. They don't regret loving you. They regret how much of themselves they lost trying to hold on. Every tear they shed is a confession. They still believe love will find its way back. They know the pain will fade someday, but they secretly hope it doesn't, because it's the last thing that connects them to you. They keep living, not because they've healed, but because they promised themselves they wouldn't let love defeat them. They're tired of pretending that choosing you didn't change everything. They didn't just lose people when they chose you. They lost the version of life that once felt safe. They're haunted by what they gave up, but more haunted by the thought of never choosing you at all. Their love isn't a mistake. It's a sacrifice written in sacred pain. They don't hate the pain anymore. They've learned to hold it like an old friend. The price they're paying isn't in money or time. It's in pieces of their soul. Every day they walk through the world smiling, while their heart quietly mourns the life they left for love. They used to believe love heals. Now they know it also breaks, rebuilds, and teaches in cruel ways. They've stopped explaining themselves to people who've never felt a love that hurts this deeply.